people? This Niche Girl 30 here, and this is my mini Q&A number 33. I'm really behind on these guys, and I really apologize for that, but thank you for being so patient with me. I'm going to try to get as many of these questions knocked out as I can, so I'm really trying not to make this long. My first set of questions actually comes from Sheldon Richardson via Twitter. Thank you, dude, for sending me on my Twitter account. Um, if you could put any wrestler in the Shield, who would it be? I'm thinking Big Boss Man, Alex Shelley, or Chris Sabin. Honestly, it would be Big Boss Man because he was a cop. He played a cop, and the Shield was a cop show with the Shield dressing up like they're a SWAT team. So he would pretty much fit that gimmick really well. Great question, man. Now let's go on to the set of questions that actually comes to me via YouTube. My first set of questions comes from a real Harold. You pretty much sent me like 3 sets, so I'm gonna try to get them knocked out. Has Nature Girl 30 ever woke up from a dream that felt so real that Nature Girl 30 woke up and whoa, it's not real, but it felt real? Yeah, I have. Like, I lucid dream a lot, and honestly, half the time they're so real I have to wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm here. But yeah, it happens a lot, and some of the dreams are fun, some of the dreams are terrifying. So yeah, I mean, they go both ways. What does Nature Girl 30 think of Real Harold? I think you love your name, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I do appreciate you sending more questions to me. So by all means, send them down. Has the Nature Girl 30 ever watched the Brady Bunch before? And if so, what does Nature Girl think of it? The Brady Bunch is so outdated. It was done in like the 70s, and it's something I can't really relate to now. But it's not a bad show. I mean, some of the shows is actually pretty good, and some of them is just completely like 70s pop culture. So unfortunately, I can't relate. But it's not bad. Next set of questions comes from Largest85. What did you think of the Katie Vick storyline in 02? Good grief. It was. I really didn't know much about it. I just heard about a few snippets that Shawn Michaels actually talked about it on one show on Raw. But honestly, I didn't really know a lot about the whole Katie Vick storyline until about maybe a month later. And yeah, it was very tasteless on their half. Like on the whole half of WWE, even though it was the Attitude Era, it was very tasteless and not really well done. What did you think of Alex Riley? And what did you think of Alex Riley from 2010? Honestly, I really like Alex Riley. I think he had a lot of potential. He still has a lot of potential, not only as a wrestler but also as a commentator. But back in the day when he was a Miz's assistant, I liked him then. I mean, he was a great heel, but it's just shame that ever since he turned against the Miz, there was really nothing more they did with him. And I really hope that they push him even more. And that also brings another idea to mind about another possibly episode of Graveyard, maybe, don't know. But yeah, moving on from there, my next set of questions actually comes from King Romeo. Why did you get mad when someone said you look like the Lex Man? Dude, what do you expect? I'm a chick. How would you feel if you were a chick and somebody called you a dude? I'm sorry, that's an insult. I'm not gonna take it well. How do you not know who Brian Pillman is and Waylon Mercy? Haven't you been watching wrestling for over 30 years now? Dude, I'm not that old. Okay, I'm not that old. And no, I don't know every wrestler that comes out, but those that actually do interest me. I don't do research every Q&A that I do, except if I'm really interested in the character and how a person brings it up. Sometimes I actually do look them up, but no, I don't know a lot. I didn't know who they were. Sorry, I don't. But I might go back and look, because if I'm curious, so I might just go back and look. So I'll probably know for the next Q&A. So ask me a question in the next Q&A, and I'll probably know who they are, because I probably watched a YouTube video on them or something. Have you ever played Tetris? Yes, highly addictive game, especially on the Game Boy. Had to put it down because I kept seeing Tetris blocks come down in my sleep. And also, I started packing like a Tetris game. So that shows that I have overdone it a little bit. Overdone it. Do you like donuts? Yes, I love donuts. I love donuts a lot. And right now, I kind of have a craving for some donuts. And I'm really trying to behave. Seriously, I really do. Um, why did Noir fan change his name to Sharor Hiror? I have no idea. That's something you want to ask him. Have you ever woke up in a bad mood? Only if somebody calls me for something stupid. Yeah, that's the only reason why I get in a bad mood, but not usually. And another set comes from Real Old Harold. Um, what does Nature Girl? What does Nature Girl 30 do when Nature Girl 30 is bored? Um, either read or drive around. Yeah, sometimes I just drive around until I'm not bored anymore. Um, what does Nature Girl 30 think of her subscribers who send her questions? Thanks, guys. Seriously, y'all are really awesome, and I really never thought I would be doing many Q&As, let alone Q&As. Period. But I really do appreciate the questions, and you guys are awesome, and thank you for subscribing to me. That shows that you actually do listen to what I say, not. And I mean, not really listen, but you just appreciate everything I'm saying, and I really feel that for those that subscribe to me are those that like my channel, and I really do. I really do love you guys. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support and the love. My next set of questions comes from Sharor Haror. Dude, I'm not really trying to slaughter your name on purpose, and if I do, I'm sorry. I really just don't know how to pronounce it. How did you know I was Spider-Man Noir fan? Because the questions because I had like a whole set of Q&A questions that were all jumbled up one day, and I was actually going across them, and I'm looking like, okay, this question sounds familiar. So I went back and actually watched my old Q&A, and I found out that that name that I couldn't pronounce was you. So I'm like, why did he change his name? I don't know. But honestly, I really do miss Real Spider-Man Noir fan. I think that name's cool because I'm a big fan of Noir. But if you like the name that you have now, I'm not hating on you. More power to you, man. Just keep sending the questions. No, I'm kidding. But thanks for the support, really. What do you think of Del Rio's new theme song? I like it. Like, I really think it has a lot more flair and flavor, and it kind of sort of gives a homage. Not really a homage, but I mean, it kind of gives a lot more respect to his Mexican heritage. So I'm really all for it. Like, seriously, I really do like it. I think it has a lot more flavor. That's just me, in my opinion. Does John Cena smoke since in the second episode of Total Divas, Nikki said something about Cena has a cigar room in his mansion. And do you think the Roy head smokes or the little goody goody is too nice to smoke? When you have money, or if you're very affluent, if that's a nice PG way of saying it, some people have cigar rooms because they actually do have a lot of celebrity friends that do smoke cigars. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you smoke. It means you probably have a lot of friends over that do smoke, and you don't want your whole house smelling like that. So you have that room just exclusively for cigars. Plus, cigars have a lot. Cigars actually smell better, in my opinion, than cigarettes. So, I mean, that's the best way of putting it. That's the way to actually have the smells isolated in one area. But if he actually does smoke, then he has his own spot for it. He probably does not like his whole house smelling like that. So he probably has just a room for it. And he probably has an area where he stores his cigars. But if he does smoke, more power to him. It's just something I don't think I would do. Moving on from there. What do you think of Christian's heel turn in 2011? When he was feuding with Orton. I didn't like it because Christian's character is not a freaking coward. I'm sorry, he's not a coward, and they made him into a cowardly heel instead of a frustrated face. It was not a gradual heel turn, and it bothered me to no end. He had every right to be a heel, but it's just, I didn't like the way they just showcased him as a heel. And his championship run wasn't as special as it was the first time he won it. It just wasn't. That's just how I feel about it. Next set of questions comes from Kimahari Ronzo. What do you think of the characters in Final Fantasy VIII? Do you think the characters in Final Fantasy VIII are a bunch of emo teenagers? Yeah, they are, but it's still a great game. Do you think Curtis Axel sucks and is a piece of crap wrestler who looks like a farmer and is overrated and will never in 100 million years be as good as his father? Yes. I don't know what the whole fanaticism, whatever. I don't know why people are obsessed with Curtis Axel, why the WWE is obsessed with Curtis Axel, except for the fact that he's Mr. Perfect's son. But he's not Mr. Perfect. I'm sorry. You can't bring Mr. Perfect back. He is a character that will forever be just branded that character. He is Mr. Perfect, and God rest his soul. But Curtis Axel will never live up to the name of his dad. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not doing anything with the IC title right now. His win was a heel win at that, and very clever, but that's all it was. He's a great wrestler, but he is not his father. They need to stop and try to reinvent his character and try to find music that fits him and not try to copy his dad. I'm sorry. Don't live off the legacy if you can't live up to it. That's just my humble opinion about that. Do you think most white American females are scums of the earth, and are classless, and who are worthless drug addicts, prostitute, emo trash? No, not at all. Not all of them are like that. Some of them are pretty cool. Would you marry Cream Crazy and British Fist? Marry them both? No, because I don't think that's legal. And number one, I don't necessarily know Cream Crazy that well, but I would love to go on a food crawl with him. Like, if I honestly am able to meet Cream Crazy face to face, I would love to go on a food crawl with him. Because on his last Q&A, he was talking about a lot of eating challenges, and I would love to see him in an eating challenge. And I think he'll be the funnest guy to hang out and actually to be around and hang out with. I would love to meet Cream Crazy. British Fist, probably not, because number one, Daniel has a girlfriend now, so no. NJ, he's a very attractive guy. I'm not gonna lie. NJ is a very attractive, very sweet guy. And okay, I'm blushing now. I better move on. But thanks for the questions, man. The next set of questions actually comes from Roy Poon. What do you think of modern day shows on Nickelodeon? Not as good as the ones in the 80s. I'm sorry, they're not. What do you think of actress Nina Dobrev? I don't know her. Because I mean, if she's on Nickelodeon, I don't really watch Nickelodeon that often. Why do Canadians say a boot? It's their accent. Seriously, it's their accent. Thoughts on actress Alexa Vega? If it's that girl from Shake It Up, I guess she's all right. But her name does sound familiar, and I'm hoping that that's her. But I haven't really watched a lot of Disney shows since Lizzie McGuire. I mean, I watched a few. I have watched Hannah Montana, but now it's just not the same. It just isn't. So I don't really watch it that often anymore. But thanks for sending me that set of questions, man. Really do appreciate it. The next set of questions actually comes from Karen1415. I just wonder what your thoughts were on the recent attack on Randy Orton in Cape Town when a fan came in and low blowed him. Anyone that actually does low blow or hurt a wrestler in real life is not cool. It still isn't cool. Even though Randy Orton, I mean, I really don't know why you would low blow Randy Orton. He's a face now. But regardless of that, I don't really like any real fan taking it too far and like literally hurting a wrestler when it's just all fantasy. That's just what it is. And I don't really agree with that at all. And it's a shame that he got hurt. And where's the security? I mean, oh my gosh. Security, you're supposed to guard the wrestlers from the fans. That's your job. Hello? I mean, even though they're wrestlers, they don't want to hurt these people because they can get in trouble. So they can't really fight them back. That's what the security is for. My next set of questions comes from Mr. Griffith. Thank you for sending me these questions, man. Highly respect your channel. Love your videos. I watch them every time you have a new one. I really do. With AJ Lee and Layla together as a duo, what would you like to see happen? I would really love to see them in a tag team with her and Caitlyn. I mean, with Caitlyn and Natalia versus AJ and Layla. But the only big problem is that Layla hasn't really been seen since her heel turn. She's only been seen twice. I don't really know what happened to her, whether or not she's taking a break or has an injury. But I don't know. I would love to see them in a tag team together. I would not call them Late Cool 2.0 because there's no Michelle McCool. And Michelle McCool brought the flavor to Late Cool. So they will have to come up with another name. Like, seriously. But I would love to see that happen. My other question is, do you think Biggie Langston should be a face? Yes. Because he's not taken seriously at all as a heel. Right now, he's an AJ's boy toy. Not even a boy toy. He's in the freaking friend zone. He's that guy that has a crush on his best friend, and his best friend, who's a female, who he thinks attractive, gives her her purse to hold. He's the purse holding guy. That's what he is. He does not need to be a heel. He needs to be a face and focus more on his career and try to at least get something under his belt, or at least a championship under his belt, since he can't get AJ Lee under his belt. Yeah. Moving on from there. But thanks for sending me the questions, man. Final Limits 1 is my final question of the night. Set of questions of the night. Do you like wine? Not bad. Don't really drink it that often, but not bad. Well, what do you think of your favorite alcoholic beverage, and when was the last time you drank? In a very long time. Like, good grief. Since WrestleMania 29 was the last time I had some alcohol. Seriously. I think it is. Yeah, WrestleMania 29 was the last time I actually had some alcohol, I think. WrestleMania 28 and 29, one of them. What are your thoughts on straight edge people? Do you think they're missing out the fun that we do you think they're missing the fun that we have? No. I mean, it's a preference whether or not you want to drink or whether or not you want to smoke cigarettes. And for those that actually don't want to do that and want to be straight edge, good for them. Just as long as they don't beat it down my throat. Beat it down my throat. But as long as they don't, like, beat me over the head with it and try to downgrade me for not being like them. Because I choose to drink alcohol. But I don't drink it a lot. But even if I do, that's how I feel about it. And if they want to be straight edge, good for them. But if they want to, like, do it to show that they're better than people, then no, I don't agree with that at all. It's kind of messed up. Thoughts on Emma Roberts? I love her. I think she's a great actress. Seriously, I really do. She's really kind of giving her aunt a run for her money. Thoughts on Lindsay Lohan? I'm really happy for her. I saw her on Chelsea lately, and honestly, I have never been happier that she's trying to get her life together. And I think a lot of people need to stop hating on her. That's just how I feel about it. Will you get GTA 5? And what is this downloading crap to make the game not freeze that I hear? I have no idea about the whole download, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like another update that they're having for the game. I would love to buy GTA 5, but right now I'm kind of disenchanted with my Xbox 360 right now because it's giving me grief. I can't get the update for Xbox Live, and when you can't get the update for Xbox Live, you can't download crap. You can't get any DLCs. You can't get any exclusives or any indie games or anything like that. You can't download nothing. And for some reason, my Xbox 360 is driving me nuts right now. And I am not getting an Xbox One. Screw that. Since I can't play used games on it, screw that. Like, seriously, I'm getting a PS4. But I know that wasn't a question that you asked. But either or, I'm kind of disenchanted with my Xbox 360 right now until I get it fixed. But either or, thanks guys so much for sending me these questions. I apologize for the tardiness of it all. But I still want you guys to send me questions, especially on Twitter at RKH30, hashtag NatureGirlQ&A. Keep sending them to my YouTube inbox. I will get to them when I can. I really will. This Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.